Okay, in Activity 10.3, we're going to continue with the Opportunity Knocks newsletter, but now we actually, instead of just having this heading section, we have all the content. Now, there's nothing new in this assignment. It's all kind of just a review of what you learned in the previous two assignments, but I'm just going to take you through step by step in case you need it, so I'll show you how to complete it. So step 2, I've already opened the start file. Step 2, change the document theme to retrospect, so design, themes, retrospect. Step 3, insert page numbers flush right in the footer, so we do that under insert, page numbers, and then we want at the bottom of the page and we want right. And there you go, you can see I've got page numbers in there, so I can close out of that. Alright, next we need to insert continuous section breaks before the headings Dress for Success, Interviewing Skills for the Job Seeker, the Interview Process, and Time Management. So we need to insert 4 continuous section breaks. So here's the first one right before Dress for Success. So I'm going to go to Page Layout, Breaks, and Continuous. And then I need to scroll down to the Interviewing Skills. Interviewing Skills, there we go. Get that right before, there we go, and then continuous. Then the next one was the interview process, so that's actually just down to the next paragraph. Continuous. And then the last one is this last section, the time management section. Okay, now what we're going to do is to start splitting this into 2 column sections and 1 column, etc., to kind of make it look like an actual newsletter. So step 5, apply 2 column formatting to section 2. So going back up here, our first section is this whole section right here. Then I created a break so that would make this the second section. So this is going to be 2 column. Then it says to do left column formatting for the section 4. Section 4, if we go down here to the interview process, this right here is section 4. So I'm going to leave this as just 1 column. I'm going to come down here, and this one says to do left. So left, remember, makes a narrower left column. Let's see, now it says to insert a column break in section 4 before the heading, making the most of the job interview. So right here, even though mine has already gone to the next column, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that as I change font sizes, etc., that it never shifts back up into that first column, because that is a natural break from this section to this section. So I want to make sure this always stays in column 2. So I'm going to go up here and do a column break just to make sure it stays there. Didn't change anything right now, but it just ensures that it never goes back into column 1. Let's see, so now it says change the font size of all non-heading text to 11. So in other words, all of this stuff right here, and here, and here, and everywhere needs to be changed to 11. But I can't just do a select all because that's going to change the heading. So this is going to be kind of a little bit tedious. I'm going to pause the video while I do this, and then I'll come back. Alright, so all my paragraph text has now been changed to 11. This is one of the things you'll run into when you do newsletter type design or any kind of page layout design stuff. What you're trying to do is to get to fit nicely on 1 or 2 pages. You don't want big white gaps, or you don't want stuff flowing over into like page 3 with just like 1 paragraph. So you will find that you do have to kind of adjust font sizes, spacing, that kind of stuff to get to fit, and that's why we had to change all that to 11. So now moving on to step 8. In the first paragraph under the heading Dress for Success, insert a drop cap using the drop cap customized to 5 lines. So we're coming back up here to Dress for Success. I'm going to click anywhere in this paragraph, go to Insert, Drop Caps, and I need to do the custom drop cap because I want it to drop down 5 lines. Okay, there we go. Alright, step 9. In the first paragraph under the heading Interview Skills for the Job Seeker, insert a drop cap using the default. So this is clear down in the Skills for the Job Seeker. There we go. So this one right here, I'm just going to do the default drop cap for this one. Alright, then select the heading, the bottom line, and the paragraph following it, and apply single line 1.5 point orange accent to shadow border and an ice blue background to fill. Okay, so we're moving down to the bottom of page 1. So right here is the bottom line. Now for some reason this paragraph for me is spilling over onto page 2. If you find that to be the case on yours, what you may need to do for this drop cap that it said to do 5 lines, we might need to adjust that And I'm going to go back to my drop caps, and I'm going to see if maybe doing just 4 lines. Let's see what that does. There we go. Now this whole paragraph is on one page. So if you run into that and this is spilling onto page 2, adjust the drop cap here and that should fit on one page. So what I want is this entire paragraph. So it says to highlight the heading and the paragraph. And then I'm going to do the borders. So I'm going to go to Home, go down to Borders and Shading. And I want a single line. I want it to be 1.5 points. So I'm going to go to 1.5. And I want it to be orange accent 2. So I'm assuming that's this one. Nope, that's accent 1. There we go, orange accent 2. And I want the shadow border. So that is this option right here. So I'm going to come over and click shadow border. And then before I hit OK, I'm going to go ahead and do my background color. And that's supposed to be ice blue background 2. So I'm going to go to Shading and find ice blue. So I'm assuming this is ice blue. Yep, ice blue background 2. There we go. So we made that paragraph stand out. Now we're down to step 11. Select the heading Time Management Tips and the paragraph and the 4 numbered lines following it. So that's clear down at the bottom. So that's this paragraph right here. We're going to highlight all of it. And we're doing the same thing. We're going to do a border around this one. So I'm going to go to Borders and Shading. Let's see. This one is supposed to be a single line, olive green. Let's see. Nope, that's green. Tan, brown. There we go. So that is olive green. So that olive green, and then we want 2.25 points. So 2.25 points, and we want a 20% tan accent 5 color pattern. So that's going to be under the shadings again, but this time we actually want a pattern. Not just a fill color. We're coming down here to the patterns, and it says to do, let's see, 20% tan, accent 5. So 20%, and I'm assuming we're going to have to do the tan accent 5 up here. Which one would be up there? Is tan accent 5, 20%. Actually, I guess we could have done the color down here. Yep, we didn't have to do it up there. No color, there we go. So the pattern, 20% tan accent 5, hit OK, and there we go. So let's see, we done everything? Yes. Step 12, check the spelling, grammar, make sure that's OK, and then save it. So we have completed all the steps for activity 10.3.